Floor. Mr. President.
From South Carolina.
Thank you. I missed most of what Senator Cruz said, but I think I had a general idea of what he was going to say. So what is this all about tonight? Why we're here? So the bottom line is we have a debt ceiling increase that's coming due under our law. The debt ceiling has been dealt with numerous times since I've been here. What is this all about? My Democratic colleagues, we've worked together to pass a $1.2 trillion bill for roads, bridges, ports, and electrical vehicles. I was one of 19 Republicans. Made sense to me. The reason we got a debt ceiling problem beyond the normal course of business is that my Democratic colleagues, through reconciliation, are going to keep on spending from $3.5 to $5 trillion. That has got zero to do, in my view, with infrastructure as we know it. It's more about expanding the size and scope of government. They have every right to pursue this, and we as Republicans have every right to make it hard. So Senator McConnell's been saying for 2 months now that if you're going to spend the money through reconciliation, you need to raise the debt limit through reconciliation. And there's been a change of heart here at the last minute, but we'll be doing this again in December. So here's my point. I think you should do that. I think the reconciliation process is available to you. I think you should be required to use it. And I don't intend to help you spend any more of this money. Now, what does reconciliation mean? It means that you can do it by yourself through a process that allows 50 votes, not 60. As budget ranking member, I'm willing to waive the 3 days. I'm willing to try to make it the process less painful. But the point is that you need to own this. And that was our position until recently. We'll be doing this again in December. And this idea that the rules of the Senate may change because of this issue or any other issue, I want to get something off my chest. When President Trump was president, we had the House and the Senate, and there was enormous pressure on Republicans to change the rules to get everything we wanted. I had a lot of Democratic colleagues standing up for the institutional filibuster, legislative filibuster. We sent a letter with over 60-something names on it, basically saying to the leaders of the Senate, let's don't make the Senate the House. All of a sudden, you're now in charge at 50-50, and there is a constant stream of threats coming from the president this time to change the rules of the Senate to raise the debt limit because you don't want to use reconciliation. If you have no more respect for the Senate than that, go ahead and change the rules. I'm not going to live the rest of my political life under threat. I'm asking no more of you than I ask of myself. So if the reason the Republican Party has changed its position is because we think somehow what we were doing would put the Senate in peril, well, then the Senate was in peril a lot more than we thought it was. It never entered my mind to go to Democratic colleagues and say, if you don't do a few things that I need to have to get people off my ass at home, then I may have to do carve-outs of this and that. I didn't do it because I don't think it's the right thing to do. I'm not going to tolerate it now. Now, I'll work with you when it makes sense, but what you're doing makes no sense to me, and you need to pay a political price for it under the rules. I'm not doing anything illegal. The Republican Party wasn't doing anything backdoor. We said there's a way forward on the debt ceiling. It's reconciliation, and that's the process you should use because of what you're doing in terms of spending all this money. And we're just not going to be part of making it easier for you to spend all this money. And here we are. 10 Republicans are going to be voting here pretty soon. I will not be one of them. And to my Republican colleagues, I understand where you're coming from. I don't fault you for your vote. You know, I was one of the 19 Republicans that voted for an infrastructure package. A lot of you didn't agree. Some of you were vocal about it. I can take criticism from within my party and without. I try to be respectful. I'll be respectful tonight. But here's our problem as Republicans. We said for 2 months we're going to do one thing, at the end we've done another. What does it really matter? I don't know. I think it matters to the people who listen to us and have some faith in us. So to my Democratic colleagues, if we get through the night, we'll be doing this again. And I promise you, come December, I will be doing everything I can to give you a reasonable reconciliation process, to make it as painless as possible in terms of process, but this is what you should be doing because this is what you're doing to the country. And to my Republican colleagues, we'll have another bite at this apple, and we need to decide who we are and what we believe. And if we're not going to pursue this strategy anymore, let's just tell the people of the country up front it was a bad idea, we shouldn't have done it. I think it wasn't a bad idea, but let's not mislead people here. Let's not say one thing and do another. So I'm hoping that we can find a way to do some things together before now in 2022. There's some things on Section 230. The colleague, the presiding officer, is one of the best people in the world to do things with if you're looking for bipartisanship on immigration. We got a broken border. We got DACA at risk. Maybe we can do a small deal on immigration. But the point for me is this was a self-inflicted wound, and we need not do this again. I will yield the floor.